Linguine, one of my favourites, especially when you've got literally 15 minutes to do it in. Capers, tomatoes, chilies, onion, olives, and if you haven't got linguine, then fusilli, pappardelle, but so simple. Again, start off with boiling water, a little bit of olive oil in there. That helps to cook the pasta and stops it from sort of almost breaking up in a way. It protects the pasta. Salt in the water, and then linguine in. I'm using a fine linguine, but you can use a spaghetti as well. In your pan, hot olive oil, non-stick pan. Onions in. A little bit of chopped garlic in there. And a really nice chopped red chili. Colour, nicely. A little bit more olive oil in there. Now this is a sort of, almost like a cross between a sort of Italian rustic caper cherry tomato sauce and something out of the Mediterranean. It's very vibrant, very easy to do. And again, whenever I make this up, I always go sort of 3 or 4 portions at a time because cold, this sauce is delicious. Generous on the olive oil. And now I'm just going to cook that off very quickly. Linguine has come up. I'm just going to take it off the heat and let it sit there. Get it really nice al dente. And then add my tomatoes in. Coat the tomatoes with the chili and the onion. My capers in. And this is where it really becomes nice and vinegary and sort of, the tomatoes start to break down. It sort of makes a really nice sort of fresh tomato puree. Olives in. These are beautiful little marinated Niçoise olives. Black olives. You can use the green ones, but I want that flavour. I want that really nice saltiness of the olive to come out. I want the tomato to break down and almost make this really nice cherry tomato, vine tomato sauce. And then I'll put my garlic in. No, garlic's right in there. And then just liven the whole thing up with some really nice fresh anchovies. Chop up the anchovies. Toss the anchovies in with the capers, the olives, the tomatoes. And then from there, this is what sort of, I suppose, signifies the Mediterranean feels when you've got this really nice basil and it just perfumes the whole sauce. Roll the basil, again, like a cigar, and just chop the basil once. Shouldn't really chop any herb more than once because you lose the goodness out of it. Up, fresh basil in, and look, back over. Toss that in, get your roasting fork, taste the seasoning. God, those capers smell lovely. Touch of pepper. Lace the sauce with the olive oil. And you want this really nice sort of rich flavour. Look what's happened to the tomatoes now. They're always sort of pureed. The olives are really nicely seasoning. Now, linguine's cooked, out. I'm going to eat it straight away, so we don't need to refresh it. Drain it of its water. Save a little bit of the water into the bottom of the pan. And this is where pasta gets really exciting. Touch of olive oil in there, and we're making a bit of an emulsion now. And what this does, it actually glazes the linguine. Back in, and you sort of really nicely toss the linguine through the olive oil. Fresh pepper. In the pasta, again, open it up, and this time I want to get all that linguine nicely glazed. Running the olive oil through it now stops it from sticking together. A little bit of sauce again at the bottom into the bowl. This is such a delicious sauce to eat on its own. Linguine in, twist. Twist, twist, up, on, and then again, just spread that wonderful olive, tomato, caper, fresh basil, garlic, a little chili, and look at those tomatoes now. They've sort of disintegrated down very quickly. And what brings this sauce alive is those really nice capers tossed in at the end. And there we go. A really nice fresh linguine with some olives, tomatoes, basil and capers. Delicious. Simple, fast. 15 minutes is too long. That can be done in 8 minutes.
You can read more exclusive recipes from Gordon Ramsay in the Times every Saturday, or click on timesonline.co.uk/food and drink.